I pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have a roll call.
Zuber,
Here.
Bruner,
Yes.
English,
Here.
Farnham,
Here.
Helsley, Voigt,
Here.
Janice.
Here. Public comment.
Go ahead, I'll go after you. Well, you go first.
Podium.
I just want to say I appreciate working on the audit deal, and, you know, the sooner we can get that fixed, the better. That's all I got to say.
You said this morning?
Well, the audit talks about.
Okay.
On a side note, Lions, the company that went out of business, going out of business here, they're moving their headquarters up to Watsika. They're going to put out a press release today saying I'll do it all the job. They got free government money up there.
You got a grant?
Yeah.
Any other public comment? Would you like a podium?
I don't need
Okay.
I just want to, I'm Cynthia Jane Brown. I just want to express concern over the appointment of a new advisory board. I hope that you will all carefully consider the people that you appoint to this board and choose people of only high moral character and avoid anyone with self-serving interest, as has seemed to be the situation in the past. I'd also like you to please avoid another good old boys scenario that existed for way too long. I continue to pray that members of the board move forward with honest intentions for the good of all citizens in the community and not just to fill the pockets of a select few. In conversation with a legal group in Chicago last week, a lawyer described our community as being known for its vengeance and wickedness. That saddened me. I grew up here, I spent my whole life here, and never really wanted to be anywhere else. But I pray that you will make an effort to make our community known for good rather than evil. I spend my days trying to help young people, try to help them learn to work and have a better life, which is exactly what Rusty Bogue tried to do a year and a half ago. When he came to you people and asked you to help with the situation that was going on out there, he lost his life. And every day I meet someone new on the street who tells me this wasn't an accident. And I've sworn on his grave, and I've sworn to his two little girls, Mary Jo and baby Rusty Shane Bogue, that I will spend the rest of my days trying to find truth and justice for them. I hope that they can grow up in a community where young people can go out and work hard and follow their dreams, and people are honest and have good intentions. There's more to life than money and greed. And I know when I leave this world, I hope that I have touched as many lives as Rusty Bogue did. He tried to do things the right way. That was the people that came to his services the day he died were a true testament to how he lived his life. And that was trying to do the right thing and help other people. And I am so proud that he wouldn't give in to doing things that he was asked to do that were illegal and that were not of good intentions. So I just ask you to do the right thing. When we look at these grants that we see, I just read a copy of a grant that said on the grant we had a 1,000-gallon fuel tank. You know, and Jeff has said he's talked to these people, he's tried to make it right. But somebody didn't tell the truth to start with. Okay, just tell the truth. That's all we're asking. Do it for Rusty. He's not here anymore, but I'll keep fighting for him to try to make things the right way. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Robert Bogue. I'm an Edgar County resident. We'll talk about the grant again. I brought a copy of the grant with me this morning. The grant base page says detailed project justification and description, Claims the airport has 35 based airplanes, 8 aircraft on a waiting list, selling 5,500 gallons of fuel a month, and that, well, 1,000-gallon fuel tank stuff. Back to that. None of those are true. You all know it. You all know this piece of paper was made by Chris Patrick and Jimmy Wells. It's all full of lies, and yet you sit here saying, we want to do the right thing. We want to do the right thing. Okay? There have been some efforts in that direction. I understand Jeff and Carl went to the Division of Aeronautics and said, hey, you know, this isn't right. These are lies. They said, don't worry about it, so we have no responsibility here. That isn't true. You have responsibility. You have responsibility to tell the truth all the time. This grant's a lie and you know it. You don't have to have the Division of Aeronautics tell you, well, I don't care about your paperwork, we're going to approve it anyway. That doesn't exonerate you from the entire process or responsibility. I'll give you an example how that can work out. I'm telling you this is wrong, you say you want to do the right thing, then you need to stop the project. Recently in our community, Carolyn Brown Hodge, she took an extra $10,000 a month in her retirement for 3 years and didn't say a word to anybody. She said, well, I did mention it to somebody. That's what you're doing here. Okay. If you wind up in federal court, it's very likely, and they ask, when did you know, how did you know, what did you know? Prove to us that you did everything you should the right way. Prove to us you told the truth. You're going to say, well, I got this paper from Al Malaknik, he said it doesn't matter. Maybe Al Malaknik will lose his job, maybe Susan Shea will lose her job. If there are other people, they're not in Edgar County. The people we elected here are people that should do the right thing all the time. If you know this is a lie, if there's any doubt in your mind that this whole piece of paper is nothing but lies, let me know. I can provide documents. I had the sheriff, I filed a complaint with the sheriff's department. I said, here I have a federal grant application that's been approved. It must be gospel. Because our county board won't do the truth, won't tell the truth, and they won't stop the project. We have people here that sell fuel. They know the difference between a 10,000-gallon tank and a 1,000-gallon tank, and they do nothing. It's a lie. Well, I gave the sheriff the 4 years of fuel receipts where the airport's been buying fuel. We all know 7,000 gallons of fuel will not fit in a 1,000-gallon tank. It didn't take the sheriff, what, how long? Went out there and asked Dale Barkley, how big is your fuel tank? Oh, it's 10,000 gallons. Well, good news is, the good news is, the one I suspected, that Jimmy was stealing 6,000 gallons of Jet A fuel or whatever kind of fuel from the airport isn't really the case. The good news is the county board member didn't conspire to steal fuel from the airport. I'm glad. I believe that to be true. But the bad news is the sheriff department just proved that you guys have been lying. Now the documents are flying all over the country. There are 2 federal agencies investigating you folks. Just started. It'll be a while before it all hits. But you're going to wind up like Carolyn Brown Hodge. Oh, I didn't know that $10,000 was wrong.
Have 1 minute.
I want you guys to stop saying, we're trying to do the right thing. Just want you to do the right thing. If it means nothing to the Division of Aeronautics or the FAA, then this board can stand up and say, okay, here's the deal. We're sending a letter to the Division of Aeronautics. I know they don't care, but we're going to send a letter and tell them it's wrong. Jimmy lied. These are the lies. Get it behind you. Or you can stand up publicly and say, hey, you know what? Rob is right. Everybody says they want to make it better. They want to do the right thing. That's just talk. Doing the right thing means you face the music and say, you know what? We had some bad actors here. They did the wrong thing, and we need to clean it up and fix it. It won't go away until you fix it. Again, you've got 2 federal agencies looking into your activities. Why? Where will that end up? Somebody will be arrested. Potential for a civil suit that will stop the project. And when it's stopped and it gets in front of a federal court, it won't take them any longer to decide about the fuel than it did take your sheriff's deputy to find out.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Item 5, action on commercial lease for Edgar County Airport with Jim Mills. Carl?
We had a meeting earlier, the airport committee, and we voted to unanimously to recommend to the full board the lease, commercial lease with Jim Mills.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the lease between Craig Country LLC and Edgar County for the use of the airport main hangar, return and sign the lease.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a roll call.
Zuber,
Yes.
Bruner,
Yes.
English,
Yes.
Farnum,
Yes.
Voigt.
Yes.
Motion passes. Any other business come before the meeting?
I move we adjourn.
A second.
A motion is second to adjourn. All those in favor by the usual sign.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Meeting's adjourned.